You wake up, grab your phone, and before you've even brushed your teeth, you're already hit with it. War, tension, prices rising again. And at some point, you stop thinking, that's sad, and start thinking, is this going to mess up my life too? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Even if the war isn't happening in your country, you still pay for it. Not directly, but slowly, quietly. Fuel prices go up. Food gets more expensive, rent creeps higher, and suddenly your normal life starts feeling tighter. I remember around 2022 when fuel prices jumped globally. Even people who didn't care about geopolitics suddenly cared real quick because everything got expensive overnight. That's how this works. So this video isn't about fear, it's about staying in control when everything around you feels uncertain. What war really does. When people hear war, they think tanks, soldiers, borders, but financially, it shows up in your grocery bill. Here's what usually happens. Governments spend more money, often by borrowing. Supply chains get disrupted, fewer goods, higher prices. Energy costs spike, which affects literally everything. And inflation speeds up, meaning your money quietly loses value. You don't notice it in one big hit. It's more like death by 1,000 small expenses. Step 1. Protect your income first. Before investing, before saving more, before anything, ask yourself one question. If my income stopped tomorrow, what happens? Because during uncertain times, companies get cautious. Hiring slows down, layoffs increase. And this isn't theory, it's happened again and again. During COVID, during recessions, during global conflicts, the first thing businesses protect is themselves, not you. So your job is simple. Become harder to replace. That might mean picking up a skill that actually pays, being more reliable than everyone else, or building even a small second income. It doesn't have to be impressive, it just has to exist. Because one income stream in unstable times, that's a risk most people ignore. Step 2. Control your money. This is where people mess up. They either ignore everything or they panic and try to cut their life down to zero. Both are bad. You don't need to become extreme, you just need to become aware. Start with the obvious. Subscriptions you forgot about. Impulse purchases, stuff you buy just because you're bored. Cut those, but don't cut the things that keep your life stable. Food, health, basic comfort. If you remove everything, you don't become disciplined, you just burn out. Step 3. Keep some cash. I know, people love saying cash is trash, but in uncertain times, cash equals flexibility. Not forever, but short-term, it matters. Because when things get unstable, opportunities show up, problems show up, emergencies show up. And if all your money is locked away in investments or assets, you can't react. So no, you don't hold everything in cash, but having some, that's not fear, that's optionality. Step 4. Don't let inflation silently win. Here's the part most people underestimate. You think you're doing okay, but your money is slowly losing power in the background. This isn't dramatic, it's subtle. You just notice that groceries cost more, eating out feels expensive, saving feels pointless. That's inflation doing its job. Historically, around 2% inflation is normal, but during global disruptions, it can spike way higher. We saw that recently in multiple countries. So what's the move? Don't just save. Balance saving with growing. That means putting some money into things that can outpace inflation over time. Not gambling, not chasing trends, just steady growth. Step 5. Get rid of bad debt. If there's one thing that gets dangerous fast in uncertain times, it's debt. Because when interest rates go up, your debt gets heavier. That credit card, more expensive. That loan, harder to manage. And this isn't hypothetical. Central banks raise interest rates specifically to control inflation, which means borrowing becomes painful by design. So if you have high-interest debt, this is the time to deal with it, even slowly but consistently. Because in tough times, debt doesn't stay still, it grows. Earth.
Step 6. Stop reacting to every headline. This one might save you more money than anything else. The news is not designed to keep you calm, it's designed to keep you watching. Every headline feels urgent, every situation feels like the end. But if you make financial decisions based on emotions, you will lose. Selling everything, buying random assets, jumping in and out of markets. That's not strategy, that's panic. Stay informed, but don't let noise control your moves. Bricks. Step 7. Build stability before you chase growth. This is where most people get it wrong. They want to grow money when they haven't made their life stable yet. Ask yourself, do I have emergency savings? Is my income reliable? Am I taking risks I don't understand? Because during uncertain times, stability beats speed. Step 8. Play long term. This is the hardest one because everything around you feels urgent, but historically, crises pass, wars end, markets recover, economies rebuild. Not instantly, not cleanly, but they do. The people who win financially aren't the ones who react perfectly. They're the ones who avoid big mistakes, stay consistent, and don't quit halfway. Even small actions, saving regularly, investing slowly, staying disciplined, over time, those matter more than any perfect move. Right now, things might feel uncertain, and honestly they are, but uncertainty doesn't mean collapse. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need insider knowledge. You just need to stay aware, calm, and slightly ahead of your own situation. Because in times like this, the goal isn't to get rich fast, it's to stay steady while everyone else is reacting. And if you can do that, you're not just surviving, you're positioning yourself for when things stabilize again.